Hello friends, today it is Anzac Day and I thought, look, I'm just going to come on here for a short amount of time. So in Australia it is a public holiday and of course I'm in my shop, hence the whole thumbnail behind the scenes. That way you get to see exactly what I'm doing. So today what I'm doing is organizing a few things. Lots of you probably know I'm in the middle of creating some new packaging. I'm really excited about the new packaging that's going to come hopefully this year, and it will sort of flow on into next year. So I have some beautiful new products like these. These are going to be my beautiful body butters. They will have a gorgeous label that's getting printed at the moment for me. Hello Jennifer, how are you, my love? Welcome. Like I said, this is a live I decided to do. Just a bit of a behind the scenes live because I've been so busy just getting up to things. Now, look, I've got to tell all of you, if you're having one of those months, weeks, days where you're feeling rubbish, I've had a couple of those the last few weeks. It's been hard, but you'll be okay. You'll just rise above that. Hello, Sue, my love. Welcome to our behind the scenes. I hope you are all doing well. Hi, Sheila from the USA. Hi, darling. How are you? I hope you're doing super well. And I think it was Senti. I'm sorry, darling. I didn't actually see it because I don't have glasses on. I mean, every time I do a live, I forget. Now, I thought, look, I have my coffee in hand because it is only 11:30 in the morning. And I was just showing, so these are going to be my beautiful new body butters. I hope you love them. All of them, look. Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit, friends. I'll take you for a walk because I'm sure you want to see what I'm up to in here. So this is what my shop is looking like. If you can kind of see, some of the shelves are empty. I'm working super duper hard on it. Hello, lovely. How are you? So I'm like trying to get everything up and going. Now, this wall here that you can see, this pink one here behind me, which I usually have these kind of things on it. It's an empty wall. We were going to put a window, but my husband now is going to make a huge, big earring and diffuser kind of rack for me. So that will have like heaps and heaps of hooks and everything. And that will be super good, won't it? And, you know, honestly, I don't get heaps of people in here. And now I'm only opening. Oh, hi, Chrissy, my friend. I'm actually only going to open now on a Saturday. Gives me time for myself. And it also gives me time to make things. And look, let's be honest here. You know, heaps and heaps of people. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look on there. Heaps and heaps of people at the moment, you know, are only coming on a Saturday, not any other days, which is super fine, isn't it? And I'm sorry, I'm reading all of the Insta messages because I feel like when it's a public holiday or a weekend, I seem to get so many messages. But anyway, so today, like I said, you know, I'm organizing some packaging. I'll show you my beautiful new body butter, and we're going to talk about, doesn't it look delish? It looks darling and it feels really nice. And my body butter is not like super over the top thick or anything like that. It is a much creamier consistency. And hold on, I'm going to get a small one that I've already opened because I don't want to touch that one. Even though the one here, hi Chrissy Joy, how you going, darling? And even this one here, even though it looks beautiful, this was like my sampley one. Now, if I can show you, can you see how like it doesn't fall off, but it's like, I don't know, like just a little bit more. It's kind of like a hybrid of a lotion and a body butter because my daughters buy a lot of body butter, and every time I buy it, it feels like it's like too thick, and I really don't like that. So hello from the US, my darling. How are you? I hope you're doing super well. In Australia, it's horrible, raining and miserable at the moment because we are going into our kind of wetter sort of weather here now, and it's pouring with rain. We were actually going to go to a fairy theme park because it's my daughter's birthday, my daughter that's older and doesn't live at home anymore, but it's too wet and miserable, so we can't do that anyway. So we'll maybe go to dinner another day or something. But yeah, like I said, behind the scenes, and what I've decided to do, which is really, really hard, everyone. Lots of us go through this thing is, you ask people questions. Should I do this color? Should I do this packaging? What's going to look good or not? Oh, it's beautiful weather in Queensland. Yeah, not here, my love, not in Melbourne, because I'm in Melbourne for people overseas, which Queensland's the top of Australia. I'm at the bottom of Australia, and Melbourne is generally a bit more colder than sunny Queensland anyway. But yeah, so with my packaging, look, honestly, I've gone from colours to bright to bold to natural, and I'm always like, what do I do? But look, now I thought I've done a new business plan for myself, and that's super important for anyone that's thinking about it. You don't need to pay anyone to do it. Just get a piece of paper, a book, just write what your goals are for the first year up to 5 years. What kind of money you want to earn, what kind of products you want to bring out, what kind of designs and so on, and it will help you. And now, like I said, I've done lots of different colors. But you know what? My theme, as you all know, is pink. I love pink. And everyone's like, oh, not everyone's going to love pink. And then I thought, you know what? It's my target market. If people love what I do, they're going to go and grab that one. Yeah, happy Anzac Days, my loves. You're definitely right, Joy. It is Anzac Day. I did say that at the start because my darling Emily was born on Anzac Day, and it is her 26th birthday today. So happy birthday, Emzo. If she sees me talking on here, it is definitely her birthday. So hard to find packaging. Yeah, that's right. A lot of companies are not selling packaging anymore. It's been really hard. Yeah, I am the queen of pink, my love. I love it. So I'm going to tell you when I do my packaging. So when I get the labels done, I use Long Story Short Design in Australia. Now, look, they are a little more expensive than some others, but the quality is 1,000 times better. I can tell you, I have bought stickers and vinyls from so many other people. No one compares to their product. 100%. Yeah, thank you, darling. Yeah, thank you for the happy birthday for Emma. I will let her know. So no one compares to them. 100%. I'll tell you that. And I'll show you. I've actually got one of their labels I got printed. So now, this is one of their labels I got printed. If you can kind of see this gold, beautiful look. And of course, the more you buy, the better it is. And this is not sponsored by them at all. But today I thought, look, I'm just going to show you a little bit about what I'm doing. And I'm sorry if I'm whizzing you around, but I thought you may want a little look at what I'm actually doing in here. So, but like I said, it's been really tricky with this whole finding out, what I'm actually going to be doing. But I've decided all of my packaging is going to be pink. I am not going to be doing colors. Once I get rid of all of this, it's just going to be pink. And the reason I did this too is I always wanted to do it and I was talked out of it. And I seen another company, which I think they make eyelashes, and they are like a peachy kind of color and everything's peach. And I thought, you know what? They did it and it looks great. And I thought, I'm just going to go for the pink I originally did. So my pink packaging isn't just plain pink. I've taken a photo and then I've actually sort of altered the shadows to be different, darker pinks to the lighter pinks. So that's basically what it's going to be. And I'll sort of show you, which this isn't exact because these are my testing candles. So this is basically what it's going to be. But that's just me printing the label myself with Cricut paper. And I'll tell you, look, Cricut is amazing. I love it. Oh, that's right, darling. You have to follow your heart. And look, I've been talked out of it for 5 years now. What have I been doing this about 5 years? And anyway, I've decided this is ridiculous. So all my new boxes, so my soap behind me that you can see that it's here, that's sort of wrapped, that is going to be in pink. It is a bit of 50 Shades of Pink. And that is going to be in my new boxes. They'll be all pink. And if you're thinking of boxes, friends, one thing that one of the printers told me, he said, look, the best way to save money is just get 1,000 of them printed in the pink. And he said, just put a sticker in the corner to say lemongrass or whatever it is. He said it will save you so much money. He said even the biggest companies around do it because it just makes it so much cheaper. And then you can easily box all of your designs because if I had to choose all of the different scents, what would actually happen to me? Let me just take that off. Oh, I have wonderful taste. Oh, thank you. And look, if pink's not your theme, it doesn't matter. Because look, I think the end of the day, if someone really loves my stuff, they're going to buy it, whether it's pink or not, and even if it's not their theme. And I did say in the other video, my sister-in-law came in and said, oh my God, so much pink. She said, I can't do this much pink. But as I said to her, she was not going to be my target market because a lot of my products are quite florally and fruity, and she wouldn't choose that. She would choose things that are much more bolder. Yeah, it's been a while, darling. I feel like I needed to take a little bit of time off, and many of you that know or knew my dad, he came in a couple of my videos. He passed away almost 3 years ago, and I've been very sad lately because I think at the start you're sad, but you can kind of accept it, and as time goes on, then it makes you realize that you kind of are alone and they're not coming back. So I've had a lot of cries lately, and I needed to take a little time for myself to just grieve a little and to be able to cope with the whole situation. So, behind the scenes, I know there's always a smile because I try and be positive and I don't want to be a negative. But, like I said, we need to take time for ourselves. We all have things happening in our lives. So, I won't talk about that because I don't want to be sad. But, like I said, these kind of things happen as well. So, oh, you lost your brother in January. Yeah, I'm really sorry for you because, honestly, it's such a long thing. Oh, you've lost your parents too, yeah. And look, I always thought I'm nearly, when my dad died, I was almost 50, and I thought, I can't be selfish. I've had him for a long time, but it's just very difficult to, to be able to let go of that because it's your parent. My dad, as lots of you know, my mum always says he was my soul. He was my soul person. I think you have one person that you really do connect with, and my dad and me would just look at each other and burst out laughing because we would get the joke without even speaking. So I think, it's very, very hard. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Joy. Yeah, and look, it's just one of those things, and I will be okay. But like I said, I needed to take a little bit of time. So I really hadn't had that many videos coming out, but my dad loved this business. So anyway, on we go with some brighter things. And, I hope that I cheer up people a little bit. And I have had a number of people that have watched my channel and they've been sick themselves with cancer, and some of them had the same cancer my dad had, and they have now passed away, and their family have contacted me to let me know. So I feel very humbled that I can give somebody a little bit of joy when they're having a really crappy time, because life is not as simple and all bed of roses, as we say. But anyway, I have got onto some nicer things now. So like I said, I'm doing my pink packaging. It's going to be beautiful. I've got the soap boxes coming, which I'm so excited about. And you know what? I'm going to tell you all this. In Australia, we've actually had a really tough time at the moment with some terrible things happening at our shopping centre, and I can't mention what they are because otherwise my video won't be too popular. But we've had some things, and and there's a lot of, we need to learn about mental health as well. I do understand a lot about that. I have an autistic son, so I understand a lot about that. So anyway, and maybe that kind of affected me a little more. I don't know, but anyway, like I said, we're going to be brighter today. We don't want to be negative. So anyway, I have these gorgeous body butters, and look, I'm going to tell you this. If you have a company that's all purple, don't be scared to make your body butters light purple or something, not bright, but maybe it can just be a light purple or orange, whatever your color is. And I've decided that all of my lotions, body butters, they're all going to be pink because that is my theme. That is my vibe. I love it. And that's what we're going to be doing with that. And I've got some really exciting news. Hold on, let me get something. Now, if you're on my Patreon, you'll know I have been making these bubble bars. Now, this one, my first one, it's still workable, but when you kind of squeeze it, oh, can you see how it actually broke? It's no good. And, you know, this is the thing with formulating. But my second one, if I squeeze this, nothing happens. It's rock hard. Like, if you know, you can hear it tapping on that. It's taken me so long to formulate that, months and months and months as well. Oh, thank you, following my heart and my vibe. I know, look, maybe I'm too sensitive. I don't know. My dad always said I was a gentle soul, so, you know, maybe. But anyway, I have finally developed this bubble bar, which is a pressable bubble bar. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you, this has taken me so long. I'm going to say a couple months, really, from when I started to formulate it. And at the Australian Soaping and Candle Conference, we had Marie from Humblebee and me do a talk, and she talked about formulating and really the benefits of it and, you know, what you can kind of do to formulate as well. What is the ideal humidity for shower steamers? Under 60, darling, under 60. Yeah. Oh, and I have a beautiful spirit. Oh, thank you. That is really nice. And a lot of people are telling me lately that they've learned a lot and they feel like my videos are, you know, very easy to follow. I don't talk scientifically. So if you want to know the actual science of, you know, or benefits or anything or products, I don't talk about that because I'm not a chemist. I do understand a lot of, you know, the ingredients. I understand all of that, but I don't feel it's right for me to talk about a lot of that because I am not, you know, a qualified chemist or anything. So that, you know, if you want to know the ins and outs, watch somebody like Marie from Humblebee and me, because she does have degrees in certain things to understand a lot of this. And she's a very smart woman. I do understand it, but like I said, I just don't feel like I should talk about something that is out of my professional scope. Oh, you want to press your, you want to press bath bombs? If you want to press bath bombs, shower steamers, whatever, I just use a hand press. I got mine from America. It's called the Express hand press. I'm not sure. It won't look the same. I'm pretty sure it's changed the look, but it's still the same company. And I think it was $160 Australian. Or, of course, you can get the electric ones as well. So, but this little one here has, I think, 9 different ingredients. And it is as hard as a bath bomb. I was very excited when I finally got to the end result of this thing working. So I will have a full PDF and all the ingredients list and everything like that. And I will actually have it on my Patreon. So you can join Patreon for free. You won't see a lot of posts on there for free. But then I do have a shop, so you'll be able to buy any recipe that I put on there. But if you're like, you know, $20 or $50 level, you'll get every recipe for free. Like you don't, they get all the extra ones for nothing. So yeah, so don't worry about that. You'll definitely get all of those. But this works super well. I did actually put it in the bath as well, and it came out really nice. It was really nice and bubbly. And what I did is I also cut down on the SLSA, because if you see most bubble bath recipes, the SLSA in it, and, you know, the cocoa butane and everything, they have so much of it that it is really expensive to make the bar, and then you can't make any money. So I've cut down on that and added extra things to make it beautiful as well. Oh, great, Sue. So you've already bought the Express and it's coming after seeing mine. Look, I've had mine for years. I think 3 years, maybe even more. I can't remember. But look, it's still going strong. I've had it for many, many years. And it saves your hands and you can compact it. Look, you're not going to be able to compact your products as good as you would, you know, if you had the electric one. But I can't afford the electric one. And on top of that, I just think I don't really want to drag a whole machine out, like a big machine. It would just drive me crazy. And I really don't have the space. Like, I have very limited space. So because this now is, you know, like, I guess a HQ-ish shop, and I do videos in here, and obviously I open here on a Saturday, I can't have, like, you know, the background things that people don't really want to see, like the bowls and jugs and things like that. So I don't have those in here because this is just to look pretty. But in my house in the back room is where I keep all that. And then I have a studio, which is for the curing. So things go in there to dry and cure. But yeah, so that's basically where it is. So you've got to think of what you've got, what you can actually work with as well. So you've got to be a bit realistic, you know. But as I was saying earlier, so like I did make a lot of stickers like this myself, which look fine. But I've decided, look, if this is my opinion, and you know, it's only my opinion, but I think there's two kind of makers. Number one, you're the maker that makes things and, you know, you sell at a market and that's fine, you know, and you just want to make some money. So, you know, you want to get some money back for what you're doing. Or there's the other ones where you want everything professionally labeled, you want boxes, you go to trade shows, you sell wholesale in massive amounts. That's kind of where I wanted to be. And I don't want to do white label. I thought about that. I don't want to do that. I really want to do things that are my brand because I want my brand to be seen. And look, I'm probably not going to ever be a big Lush, but, you know, eventually, hopefully, I have my things in 20 or 30 stores. That's kind of my goal. You know, I know people have their things in 100 or 200 or 500 stores. I don't think I really want to do that because I don't want a lot of employees, but you know, maybe even 20 or 30 stores would be great for me. And I think at the moment I have my things in about 8 stores, maybe a bit more. No, I think about 8 actually. So, you know, this is the thing, everybody. It takes money. It costs a lot of money to do this. So that's the thing, you know, people always say to me, how do I get to that level? And I tell them, honestly, it just costs a lot of money. If you have heaps of money, if you have 50,000 or more to throw at it, you can get all the packaging, you'll probably do amazing. But if you don't, you need to do what I did, and I started doing markets to get money. I kept a job on the side to get money, and then eventually got the packaging, and that's kind of how I went. Well, that's right. You do have to crawl before you walk. And the thing is, if you go ahead and you just go and do this on a massive scale and you don't have enough experience, you'll really get overwhelmed and give up. And I see a lot of people give up, and it's because they're overwhelmed. They think they were going to make massive sales and they didn't. And of course, then it's disappointing. I totally understand that, being totally disappointed. But this is the thing, you know, you just need to go a little slower, give yourself some time to learn the industry. And, you know, look, if I had started with the products I got and put them all in a box, I would never have loved it because it really wasn't what I wanted. And you can see behind me, you know, like I do lots of different things. Now, look, I'm going to show you this. So let's just move over here for a minute. So now, can you see these kind of ones here? I haven't even advertised them yet. It's like a candle, and they're all the one set. And I literally only have these boxes. There's only 5. So sometimes you might do something like that. You only have 5. So it still gives you a way to be creative, even if you're selling on a wholesale kind of level. So I'll take you nice and close if you can kind of see. So that's what I mean. Like, you can still do things like that. Yeah, it is about the journey more, and you're right. But, you know, look, sometimes, you know, you kind of just want things to move on. But if it did, it probably wouldn't be as successful. And I really think a lot of my success, even though I'm a really small YouTuber still, but, you know, my success, I think, is because I took it slow. And I'm honest, if something fails, I say, oh, geez, this is a fail, you know, that's the thing. And I don't put a recipe out if I think it's going to be a fail. But, you know, look, I've got some out at the moment, which some recipes might have been there for a long time, and they're not as good as the ones that I do now. So that's the thing, everyone, you know, don't feel like you have to go back and take videos down or whatever. I don't take it down because people need to test it for themselves, and a recipe you get online can be a base and then change it to make it your own. And I still have things that don't work. Like, I'm going to show you something with my shower gel that I've been working on. So let me hold on. So now, these are 3. So this one here, look, you can see it's beautiful. It worked out fine. It's totally smooth, and it's a love. Honesty pays off. You're right, Sue, because, you know, look, I could just pretend I'm someone else, but eventually people are going to figure it out. But then you can see this one, look, it's not looking beautiful. But if I shake it up, it's fine. It's because I put a different ingredient in it and it didn't love me. So, and then of course this one, you can see this has mica, and that mica doesn't look good at all. If I shake it up, it's fine. But these ones, they're not for sale. I put them in the corner and my kids come and get one when they want them. So, but that's what I mean. You have to test things, and if it's not working, and as you can see, this one looks really beautiful. It's all the same color. It's transparent, and that's what you want. And if you want to learn how to make a lot of these, I think I did do a video, but I originally learned how to do this from Tara Lee. The only thing, look, I love Tara. She's really good. The only thing that I do find is she does talk quite scientific. And I think if you don't really understand what a lot of them are, you need to go back to her first videos where she explains what things mean as well. Oh, that's right, Chrissy. Testing is important. And, look, can I tell you, I have tested and tested the jars, and people say to me, oh, they don't want to test a candle too many times because then they think they're wasting a jar. But you're not. Just dig the wax out of the jar. Once you've done it and it's not working, take the wax out. You can melt that down, put it back in with a different wick. Don't feel like you can't use the jar again. You can use the same jar to test it. So you're only using one jar, but you cannot, well, I'm not going to say you can't. You can if you want, but it's not a good idea. My suggestion is do not sell a candle until you're 100% with that candle and you're 100% it's working. And if you have a candle like mine that is smaller, tapering at the top, wider at the bottom, it can be a little bit more tricky to use and to test. So I have tried everything from 2 double 5 wicks. I tried 2 6.5 wicks, 2 7.5 wicks, 1 8 wick, 1 8.5, 1 7.5, 1 9. So these are all the wicks I've tried. So, and sometimes you'll get to the stage where you're like, none of them are working. I need to go and change to look at a whole new set of wicks. So I tried, I used Pure Candles wicks. I tried all of them. They just didn't work in it because they don't go past, I think it's an 8.5 is as big as they go. And I only wanted 1 wick in the jar so that it didn't overheat at the top. So I do need to go to a 9. So I'll be using Luxury Candle Supplies because theirs are very similar, and their number 9 one is perfect in that jar. So hi, darling, how are you? So that's the thing, what I'm talking about, that you do need to just keep testing. And when you buy one of my candles, I probably tested that 60 times. And often, even once I know it works, I still retest it. I just say to my daughters, here, I've made an extra one, burn this one, we'll see how it goes. And then they'll actually fill it in for me. They know how to fill it in, or I'll ask them, how long's it been burning, and so on. And my daughter's like 18. So or older. Some of my daughters are in their 30s as well now. But that's what I mean. You have to really just keep testing. You really do. You fine-tuning, yeah, from New Jersey. So, look, and this is the thing, everyone. You just got to keep going. Don't give up. And many people I see at the moment, they're giving up in their business, which I understand. It's a tough environment. So if you're not selling products, don't worry, because I have not sold a lot of products. I even heard Keely from Soy and Shay in one of her videos the other day. She was saying that I think it was in one day she didn't even have a customer enter her store, and she has a shop front. So that's what I mean. A lot of people aren't spending money like they used to. So, but you just got to hold on. I mean, this is not the first time these things have ever happened in the world. I mean, we're in a bit of a recession at the moment and a financial crisis, especially in Australia. So if you can afford to eat, you got a roof over your head, you're doing all right, because there's a lot of people living in tents around Australia. So, and around the world, I know there's a lot of homeless. So, you just got to be a bit happy about that. Well, that's right. Candles are a luxury at the moment. I'm selling, look, I am selling quite well. The last month's been very good for me. You took a break, darling. Yeah, I get that. Take a break and love yourself a little as well. what was I just talking about? Oh, that's right. So at the moment, one thing that, I have definitely learnt is my wholesale at the moment is doing better. But it's always been like that. I don't sell a lot retail on the site. Since I've opened my shop, I do get people in here just sporadically, not all the time. It's usually only one or two people at once. And they'll just come in and smell things and take it and go. And often too, in my shop, I have things that are sale, things that I've demonstrated on YouTube, and then I sell them off cheaper. Like if it was something like this, it's fine. It just doesn't look as beautiful. I will sell that for like $9 instead of 20. So, like that's what I mean. Often I have things like that that people can actually buy that are just a bit cheaper in here. So if you have a little shop, or even if you live on a farm and people come out to your farm, maybe you could do some sort of little shop or something. Check your local council if you can do that, or your government. It's a bit different. I can where I am because I'm on the shopping street. And around me, there's a lot of houses that are doctors' surgeries and so on my street. So that's why I'm kind of lucky where I can actually do that. So, but anyway, yeah. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and whatever, please remember, don't look at the sales at the moment as being normal. They're not normal. Even my daughter, who does a lot of these big events, she was saying the last 3 events she's done, she has earned under more than $1,000 less than the year before on each event. So if she took 5,000, I think one of them we only took 3,800, and the other year it was like 5,100. So that's what I'm saying. It's a huge difference. So please don't think that what you're selling now is normal. It's not. People are holding on to their money because of the environment, and I don't blame them at all. Although I did read the other day, because there's a big kerfuffle, anyone that's in another country. Our shopping centre, we really only have 2 main ones, which is Woolworths is our main one. And I think they said that the CEO earns $23,000 a day. I think it is something like that was what the CEO was paid, over $8.5 million a year. And I was like, wow, I just don't think anyone needs to be paid that much a day. So, that shocked me with the price of food. That was, there was a big article about it. So anyway, look it up on YouTube or something, you'll see it. Or TikTok, it might have come up on. But anyway, it came up in one of them, and I was reading this full article, and it was very, very interesting. And the rest of us aren't making sales. So, totally ridiculous. I just thought, wow, he's earning more than the Prime Minister of this country, which to me, that was like, wow. And of course, the minute he was questioned, because now there's a big investigation, he resigned. Now, if you don't want to answer how much you've been, because they actually asked him how much you earned in some court thing he was in, he didn't want to answer. And I thought, well, if you don't want to answer, maybe you think it's too much. You know what I mean? But anyway, interesting, isn't it? But us humble people, we don't live like that. So anyway, I thought that was a little bit funny as well. But anyway, so like I said, this is a little behind my scenes, and you'll be able to see, 25 annually. Well, that's right, love. I mean, I think in Australia, the average, and we're talking Australian money here, the average wage, I think, is around 45 to 50,000 is the average wage. But that's not American money. So I'm going to say in American money, maybe that's probably 35,000 would be average. Like just on average, but some people earn 100,000 if you've got a degree here. It just depends. Well, that's right. I don't think he cared less whether he resigned, because I think he gets a pension for life as well as his $8 million bonus. I think a lot of Australians that can barely afford to pay rent or a mortgage was like, wow. I don't think it went down well for anyone overseas. So, it's interesting, isn't it, how the other half live. But anyway, so this is what we're doing. I'm going to be onto my packaging in a few minutes. So I've got to go back onto that. I've almost finished my design. I'm super excited. I really am. And I'm holding this tripod, so I'm sorry if it's like wobbling. But yeah, no, I am really excited to actually get everything happening and going again. Let me just pop you down here, so then there you go. Now you can see me a bit better. Yeah, so I'm working on the packaging. My soap boxes will be first, body butters will be second, and candles will be third. So they'll all be boxed. I'm hoping by the end of this year they'll be boxed. But look, let's be honest, I'm working on a small a small amount of money, and I'm only getting either 250 things made at once or 1,000. That's the most I can afford. So look, some people would get 10,000 in a go. It'd be much cheaper, but I just can't afford that. So you just got to get a small amount before you start. Oh, you wish me all success. Thank you, darling. And for people that don't know, I have announced it on my Patreon. I have been writing a book. So I'm hoping to bring that out. It will be next year. It won't be this year, that's for sure. Probably the end of next year. So yeah, I've been writing a little bit of a book all about the soap industry, like how I started, what I've learnt. There'll be recipes in it. I'll have a little bit, and a lot of Patreon members have given me some great ideas. I will be having like a bit of a glossary, things that you can exchange other things for, and so on. It'll be in very layman's terms as well. Do I ever sleep? No. Look, since my dad died, and I've heard this a lot when people, because I was caring for my dad, he lived with me. And I've heard that when people care for somebody at the end, that they actually don't sleep very well after when they're gone. And I probably only sleep 5 hours a day. So yeah, so that's funny, isn't it? Oh, hi, Nicole Sims. How are you, my love? Welcome. Lucky Nicole did actually win 2 tickets to go to the 2025 conference with accommodation in Queensland. So we'll all be there. We're very excited about that next year. So that'll be in, I think it's May next year. So super cool. Yeah, oh, that's you too. Yeah, you too, Chrissy. I know that you lost your dad too, and that's the thing as well. Oh, exciting to hear that I'm writing a book. Yeah, I am. And as I was saying, when you lose a parent, you just don't sleep much, which I've never been a great sleeper anyway. So it's going to take me a long time. And I think maybe, oh, you can't believe you won the tickets, love. Oh, look, it's very exciting when you win something. Many years ago when I was 14, I entered a competition in Dolly magazine, and it was a Mother's Day thing, and it said you could win something for Mother's Day. And I said, no, it was actually Father's Day. And I said my dad was my mum and my dad in one, because I lived with my dad mostly. And I actually won a $5,000 watch. Now, in today's terms, that is worth a huge amount of money. So my dad wore that watch for many, many years, and I have it still now, which will go to my son. So so it was very exciting when I actually won that. Oh, you lost your dad too, Nicole, 12 months ago. I think there's a number of us, Nicole, that have really lost our parents, and, big hugs to you all, because I know what that's like. My dad was definitely my soul person. I just, I looked like him. My other kids, because when I walk along, when I'm with my children, I often walk with my hands behind my back like my dad did. And I think I've just taken on so many of his characteristics. So that's why I did take time off the last few weeks. You will have seen I was just very sad. And my dad did die 2.5 years ago now. So, but, sometimes after a couple of years, it feels worse. So, we're all, we're business women, but at the end of the day, we're normal people with a family. So hug your families, my friends, Yeah, you're never prepared. I thought I was prepared. My dad had terminal cancer, and he had it for a number of years. He had bone cancer. But I just was not prepared. And I think even when they're ill, you just think, oh, well, they're older, they're not struggling anymore. But anyway, it's one of those things. So, but anyway, it's not about that today, my friends. We're trying to be happy. And I know all of our dads and mums are going to be so proud of us seeing us taking that risk to do this business, because you want the cookie at the end. You just have to do the work, friends. You have to put a smile on your dial and really just try and do this, because do you know what? Companies like Lush, they started small. They didn't start with 50 stores. They really didn't. I remember in Australia, they had one little store in a little town in Queensland. So, they all started very, very small. Yeah, my heart is sad. It definitely is, Chrissy. But look, that's, my dad, he really loved his mother. He talked about his mum all the time. And, even my dad had lost his mum decades before he died. And, he was always sad. So I think it's something that I don't think you get over it. I think you learn to live with it. You might not like it and you have those down days. But if you have those days, look, you've got to learn to just love yourself and just take some time off if you need time off. And don't worry, if people really follow you and love you, they'll come back. They'll wait for you to come back. So it's just the way it is. And for me, I think I have close to 500 videos. So if I don't do one each week, somebody can watch an old video or something but I do have a few new ones coming up. I'm going to release a new one today, and that is all about, I worked with another company called Nicole Molds, and I've actually used a few of their molds for some things that I've been doing. So that video is coming out, and I'm going in to make some rosemary soap with some natural clays, and I will bring that one out a little bit later. I'm doing a demo of that one later today, and I'll bring that out. And I can't remember what the other one is. I think maybe I did a packaging video on how to create your own labels. That is also going to come out really, really soon as well, everyone. So make sure you smile, everybody. Have a smile on your face, hug your family. And as it's my beautiful daughter Emily's birthday today, I will definitely give her a cuddle a little bit later as well. I think I'm like yeah, look, that's funny. Someone was saying that I'm a little bit like, what are they called? The Muppets. I don't know whether anyone else knows, because I'm in my 50s. We used to watch it on the weekend, but the Muppets, they would go and make things and they spill things everywhere. Oh my goodness, that is so me. My husband says I'm a crazy scientist and I should have, goggles on and, little green things coming out of my hat, because I'm always looking at the science of it and seeing what I can create and how I can actually teach someone something else, because a lot of people don't want to give away the recipes, and I do understand because it takes a lot of time. But as I said, I'm going to start to do a whole thing where people will be able to go on my Patreon and get them from there. You want to really up your game since the conference, Nicole. And I'll tell you, Nicole, every time, and that was the 3rd year I've done the conference, so next year will be 4th year. Every year people have said to me they have really thought that's given them kind of a kick up the bottom to go, okay, this is what I need to do. Because as I said, I really think there's two types of people. There's one that do markets and you want a wage out of this, and there's no problem with that. Or then there's the other where they want their brand to be recognized. They want to go higher than that. So it's okay, whichever way you want to go. But, if you want to go higher than that, you need to do trade shows. You need professional packaging. You need to be on companies like Fair or Field Folio. They're all wholesale platforms. But the thing I found out the most out of all these years of doing it, if you don't have professional packaging, they don't want to buy it. They just don't. I have lots of things on my wholesale, and I can tell you every single time, and I'll grab the things to show you what I sell. Literally every time I sell these, because they are boxed, which is my shower steamers. So I sell lots of those, or these that are in boxes. Oh, you really want packaging? Oh, and Nicole, I'll tell you, you can message me and I'll give you some links if you want for some people that I use that sell in much smaller portions. I never order 10,000 or 5,000. I just can't afford that. So one thing that I have learnt, and I would tell everyone to do this if you want to do packaging, don't go and order, and I've done this, don't go and order thousands and then later on you regret it, because I actually ordered all of these products, and I had to actually burn, well, I think it was 2,500 boxes I burnt, because I didn't realize that I couldn't use the image. When I first started, I got them made, and they cost me, I think, $1,500. And I didn't realize that that wasn't trademarked to me, because I didn't understand trademarking, so I couldn't use them. So the one thing I would say is, don't feel pressured by a printer. You set what you want to do. Tell them wait. If they try and pressure you, and they will, just say, no, I'm not doing that, because I tell you, there's hundreds of printers. Every single week, I get at least 2 printers asking me to use their service. So, and, there's lots of them that will message you. So if anyone ever messages you and says that I gave their details, I did not. I've had people do that, say that I've given someone's details. I will never give someone's details out. So unfortunately, that's how they try and sell things. Or they'll show you a picture of my packaging and say they did it and they didn't. I've had that as well. So the thing is, use a company that will let you start off really small and order less than $1,000 of packaging in one go. There's lots of companies that will do it. You can even start with professional labeling with companies like Long Story Short Design. You can design it like I do. I design all of mine on Canva, and then I share the file with Long Story Short. They'll tell you how they need the file. It's really worth it as well. Yeah, well, that's right, Nicole. Even if you have a small range, you can email me or message me through Insta, whatever you like, darling, and I'll answer your question. But, like I said, when you're doing packaging, it's worth finding a company that will let you start small. If they want to do big, to say, no, you're not my person, don't do business with them. Because if you order 5,000, which, look, and I'm going to tell you this, and I've said this, these are my packaging now. I love them. But if we turn this around, so if I turn it, so this is the front, they print it upside down. I don't use that company anymore that made these, but I ended up with, I think I had 4,500 or 3,500 of these boxes. So luckily for me, all of my wholesale clients say, don't worry, we don't care, and I can use them. But once you okay it, the printing company doesn't care. They don't give you your money back. They'll just be like, oh, well, that's what you okayed. And when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing, and I made a lot of mistakes. So I don't suggest that you go to China or overseas at the start, because they do much bigger quantities and it's much harder to understand exactly what you're doing. It's better to have a local person and just really try and understand that a little bit more. So anyway, that's my suggestion, is just try and go off some references that someone else gives you. Start small. You can order some of the companies with boxes, they will even let you get, 200 boxes or 400 boxes. It's going to cost you more money for the box, but it's better that than get 3,000 you can't use. So like I said, I did get thousands of those, and generally for the box, I pay about 80 to 90 cents a box for a soap box printed, and that's because I'm ordering it in small quantities. But if I ordered in big quantities, I could pay 40 cents a box. So that's the difference. Eventually I'll order more, but yeah, it's a really hard gig. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your Anzac time, everybody. I hope I've given you some good information to think about and go away with. And for any of you that have lost your parents, as we're talking about today, a big hug from me. Like I said, I really do know what it's like. So a big heart, I do know what it's like. So love yourself a little bit and love your business even more, because, that's going to set you free. It has definitely helped me in my life. So anyway, I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.